本当にもう今ずっともう1周目からスーパーに仕掛けられないでいますよね。もう一息ですね。そうしないとこのままいっちゃいますね。
今服部君の後ろで3台がなかなか戦いやってますね。
はい、4番手以降ですね。
マルティニだけはちょっとタイム早い。
Agawa is down. I think it looks like Agawa is down a little bit now. He's looked at Christensen as someone that looked down to them.
Whoa!
Oh my god. Christensen spins down a little bit. That was a fast crash.
Across the track, but fortunately everybody has missed him. But that is Christensen hitting the barrier's very first corner of the lap across those curbs, and his car spun sideways backwards into sixth. Oh, and Gareth Reese's wing has gone at last. Gareth Reese's wing goes, and Dino Morelli's hit Gareth Reese.
I think almost crashed the finish line. It's Morelli. It is down to the final chicane.
That was Dino Morelli. And he's back in the race, and it's Pizzonia leading.
Maybe looks like that Morelli gone down to the chicane. I think someone is numbered.
Down to the first chicane, and a big collision. That was Tocatello coming down the inside, just driving into Freisacker and into Darren Manning, the red car stationary there. Several cars stranded. Off goes Mark Webber now, hit by Fontana, and Goya is off the road. Quasi Riccardo Maurizio.
Watch this, he lands down.
Lancieri is airborne.
Whoa! Tremendous impact on the back of Maurizio's car. Lancieri comes to a halt backwards and getting underway. The safety car is coming out, and I should absolutely think so. We see it. Well,
Here
this
we
is
go.
the accident
We follow
itself.
on that.
And look at Haberfeld's car turning over and over and over in front of both the Petrobras cars. And Riccardo Sperfico squeezes past. Fortunately, Haberfeld's car lands on its wheels. Pizzonia is pushed angrily away by Haberfeld. And with Pizzonia's car still in the middle of the track, the rest of the field comes through. Derek Hill spins.
Oh my god, he spins downhill, has crashed on the lap 7, he's out of the race.
Montero
I think he's out left. Mauricio, he's airborne crash. Look at that, Mauricio is down during on the final laps, and when he's gone down, Mauricio, he's gone on fire. He fired down to the circuit, is out of the race.
Well, it looks like Mauricio, he's gone down on fire during barrel roll, I think, has crashed to the final lap.
Gone down past the Mauricio when crashed to the final lap, the safety car is heading out of the race, and he's gone fire down a little bit.
Takes his steering wheel off, starts to undo his seatbelt, then he realizes it's on fire and leaps out of the car and runs away. Another view of it, he just hit the back of Nguyen's car, missed his braking completely, almost went over the top of Nguyen, and then the car barrel rolled before landing.
Ontem, vamos ver o que aconteceu. Ela escapou na chicane e bateu. Ele não está bem fisicamente, ontem estava desidratado, teve problema de vômito e uma série de complicações. Realmente veio para a prova, para conhecer o circuito de rua, ele que
Another one is, I think, Eduardo crashed down to the start line.
What's that?
Eduardo is trouble. Someone he's got a suspension failure.
Will is someone who crashes, and Eduardo, when he got suspension failure, someone is during the start line. I think it's a red flag he's got out
I
of the race.
assume that Eduardo allowed when he crashed during after start the race his red flag gone out of way.
Yes.
He gone through past Mauricio fire. Eduardo goes on suspension failure.
Yes.
Número 4 e o Daniel Paludo que capotou com o carro número 25. Acidente.
Da ist Mark Simpson, der Mann aus Singapur, und das weiße Auto, Rad auf Rad, das ist natürlich nicht gut. James Hinchcliffe, oh, der ist aber böse da aufgeschlagen. Genau oben mit der Airbox auf
Guys, look at when Canadian team is down to the second lap.
Oh my god, when Canadian team crashed down to the second lap, I think it is. Whoa, someone has crashed down to the safety car.
What's that?
I think it's a Shimoda down to the safety car lap.
Shimoda is down to the safety car lap. Shimoda is down left. I think his safety car start crashed.
Yes.
When someone is a Shimoda crash to the safety car on the sprint lap, they have certainty the under safety car start crash. See that safety car who's on the top. Then when Shimoda crashes to the under safety car during crash.
Okay, when he's Tenji spins down to the left. Someone he's crashed to the third lap into the sand left out of his track.
China
me, that
team
was
is
a big
down.
accident, wasn't it? We hadn't realised the car had gone over. It looked like it hit some...
I think he's crashed to the Japan.
Team Pakistan is down.
What?
Team Pakistan is down to the 4th
I
lap.
think as Adam hits down to Ibrahim into the 4th
Look
lap.
that wallpaper. Beauty, he's over there.
Take a look back, see the replay when Adam crashed down to Ibrahim.
Watch these, I think, is Adam from the 4th lap. He crashed to the top left, look that wallpaper. UD. When crashed to the Adam, when someone he's looked that wallpaper that is crashed down to the 4th lap.
Yes. I think Ibrahim is crashed to the Adam. A team from the second circuit when crashed to the front of the 4th lap. He didn't crash to the barrier.
Yes. Did you know thing? Adam he crashed to the wallpaper named UD and to the 4th lap someone Adam crashed down to the Ibrahim when he crashes down.
After Mauricio, when he down to the fire on the final lap, looks like as a Mauricio saves down his on the car fire.
Yes.
Hey, I think Ibrahim down into the Team Pakistan Adam crashed into the barrier.
Are you up there?
Look, that wallpaper UD crashed down to the Ibrahim, leaving Adam into the barrier. Someone is a 4th lap between Mauricio saves down on the car fire.
Yes.
When Lancieri is down a little bit, Mauricio hits a airborne to the final lap.
Yes.
The car, of course, takes a bite, and there you see the beginnings of what was one complete roll, and we couldn't see if any.
And well, the great news is that he's okay, but this was a frightening looking accident. Here comes Italy down the inside.
Yes, really, once you get that far along, this is inexperience on the part of Khalil Bashir. Torricello very much more experienced in single-seater racing in Europe, and in a corner like Paddock.
På vänstersidan, och så bevakar Mattias, trycker Röstad en gång, och så trycker han en gång till, och så snurrar Röstad och går rakt in i muren, och det är en fruktansvärd krasch, och det är färsen, det är Edlund, det är otroligt, det är 1, 2, 11, 12 bilar som är inblandade, vilken fruktansvärd Grabbar, vad hände?
Eklund kommer på vänster sida av mig och Rusta får också en bra start, kommer busen av Ekström. Ekström han gör som vanligt.
Nej, jag har aldrig varit med om något liknande under hela min karriär. Jag har sett bilder på det i andra mästerskap, men aldrig
kunna skydda sig. Här kommer reprisen. Och Mikael Rosenblad, Engström framför.
Ja, här ser det ut som att han har blivit påkörd bakifrån, va? Eftersom han inte kan hålla bilen här.
Hubbe ligger innanför Hubbe. Attacken ser man går upp på insidan till vänster om den gula bilen då in till start- och målkurvan 180 km i timmen. Då ska han ta det. Han tar det, men det släpper. Bakvagnen släpper. Han rasar av rätt ut i graveltrappen och kraschar rakt in i avbärarräcket.
Vi såg kurvan innan så var det mycket förvarning på detta.
Stor ro. Nej, nu var det gå ut igen.
Han är på, han skakar ju lite där.
Och titta på Eklund som också är av där ute. Det är fruktansvärt att det är tur att man har så mjuka samfållor här. Här kunde han ju framför oss. Kommer Mattias in från höger. Rakt framför Kalle Rosenbladet kommer gå ut till höger. Och så sida vid sida av Fredrik och så Rustad och så smäller det och så smäller en fruktansvärd smäll och det är Fredrik som åker långt ut av banan samtidigt som Rustad vänder upp och ner på peggen och så stannar bilarna och Kristoffersson är där inne på stopp, flashen går förbi och så kommer Fredrik tillbaks ut på banan och där gäller det att få ner alla 4 däcken på en gång om man inte ska sladda av. Tommy Johansson sist och så åker vi med Hubert Berg. Niklas Karlsson gjort en kanonstart från 9:e led upp och förbi till Berg och så smäller det. Det är Niklas. Alltså sitter fast, man smält rakt in. Thomas Johansson på 3:e platsen då, som hade ett sånt uruselt år förra året. Och så voltar Kim Esbjörg. Kim Esbjörgs alldeles nya BMW flyger av banan i Parisen. Dörrarna flyger av och han rör sig där inne.
Ja, det här ska inte vara någon stund.
Well, the white car. Wheeler with a dent in the door. Won't be very happy about that. Hildebrand just holding on there. Oh, but no, he doesn't. Oh my goodness me, a huge accident after the checkered flag. Anders Hildebrand got caught up across the nose of Peter Dodd's car, slammed across the road into the barriers, and he's upside down into fourth. Let's have a look again. My goodness, Ian Flux so far off the track there. And a really, really big accident at the top of Clay Hill. What an unusual place to go off. Flux just went wider and wider and wider. Slammed into the barriers. Completely demolishes them. Sutcliffe right behind him. The two green men. And there's a contact in the middle of the field. That's Flux goes off. So too does Ian Ashley, the number 48 machine. But Ian Flux, former champion, smashed car. So too Ian Ashley.
Петербурга пошла она на обгон и в итоге машина ее perverнулась.
Este accidente, ahí está, se cruza el auto de Matías Rico y se lo traga el otro Matías Milla, se lo llevó por delante, ahí lo vamos a ver otra vez, una rara manera de cruzarse y lo embistió muy fuertemente Matías. Quien se ha despistado, vamos a ver la reiteración de pero
fue, claro, pero fue entonces en la horquilla a la izquierda que da la recta principal, una zona mucho más lenta. Y lo que se produjo fue el enganche de las cubiertas, justamente.
A ver, vamos a ver desde otro lado. Se enganchó con el otro vehículo. Fíjate cómo fue recorriendo con la barra apoyada, ¿no? Y terminó de volcar cuando agarró la tierra.
Sí.
Ahí lo vemos desde arriba. Allá va, ¿ven? La puntita y le pegó. Se le terminó la pista a Milla. Lo vamos a ver.
Da toda la impresión que se va solo. Matías Milla.
Mirá la marca.
Benjamín Blachowicz, ¿me contás qué es lo que...
Oh, trouble here for Hidetoshi Matsusada and the Honda. Spears off on the infield, gets on the grass, look at this. No stopping it. Oh, look out, he's going back onto the straight. Bang! Right into the path of the Lamborghini. Can't avoid him. What a mess. No.
2番が上がりました。イクリプスが上がった。コースアウトしたのは
これね、もうこれ映像を捉えた時にはもうこうなってたわけですからね。
下田さん、宝山ダンロップ Z はどうも予定ではスプラッシュ&ゴーありみたいですね。今横溝選手。
And replay there. That was a high speed off at the Craner curves. They're very demanding, the Craner curves, and they bite back when you get it wrong.
Goes into the left-hander. Whoops, off goes number 4 into the barrier. Richard Vega striking it a vicious blow, which has not improved.
After the race, Jamie Hunter with plenty of work to do. There's about a second and a half between them on the road. And off in a massive manner goes Brian Heary. Huge accident for Brian Heary. Just looked as though he's...
Loudon goes back through into that third place. The Worcestershire driver. Oh, and a spinning car, number 8. Oh, and over it goes. A multiple barrel roll for Vince Martin from Epping in Essex. Well, the windscreen wipers are still working.
Veja como foi lá fora o Rubem Fontes, ele vinha por fora tentando ali talvez até sustentar a posição, toque com o Ibernon Cisne.
Let's head back to the Mauricio when the fast crashed from the Italian circuit while during his car fire.
Okay, Mauricio he's airborne when crashed into the final lap when almost car he's on fire. Then Mauricio gets out of the race during crashed on the roll.
Yes.
Do Walter e a forma como o carro se desmancha, literalmente.
O grave ali são obstáculos na grama, né? Vale lembrar...
Aqui agora, levantou a barreira de pneus. A imagem, a câmera colocada no carro do Átila. Olha, perdeu o controle. Barreira de... Capotou, rapaz.
Chegou a dar meia capotada.
Meia capotada. Levantou, quase virou, voltou, né?
Ali é um S de muito rápido. Você faz...
Inside and the rear view of what it's like. Oh, big problems here. A big accident. Look at this.
That's a huge accident there.
Wow.
They have their thumb on the boost here because look at that. Simonson is going for it down the inside. Contact.
Mullen is down to the chicane.
When somebody touches another car and
look at that on the fast crash. Mullen into the turn 1, crashed into the chicane while during roll down to the lap 2. Look at that wallpaper brilliant and take a look at this crash. That is Tim Mullen who crashed to the lap 2 into the chicane and he starts firing.
Well, Mullen given a very substantial thump there, and as fire breaks out, in fact Tim Mullen is still in the cockpit.
Muy prematura, ahí se va desde otro ángulo, el momento en que se pone de costado la máquina de Chediak y es embestida por distintos protagonistas. Primero sucede esto, el despiste de Porfiri, quizá por no pegarle a Estambul, venía realmente muy cerca, es que frena más de la cuenta Porfiri, se pone muy de costado el Honda, termina para el lado interno y bueno, sucede esto. Pensar en la próxima, vamos a ver la reiteración, es esta que estamos observando en este momento. Se traba el auto con la tierra arada, ahí no puede hacer otra cosa que volcar estas vueltas que por suerte quedó ya con... Vienen los Clio también, viene el intento de Chiliano cuando va emparejando por afuera Gacé, vamos a ver cuando baila más el creador de autos, un sector muy peligroso, salió, uy, qué golpe tremendo, un golpe muy fuerte, atención, un golpe...
Philadelphia, ay, 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 ay.
Me quiero morir, mirá qué piñas se pegaron precisamente Rodolfo y Bueno.
Justamente, y lo habíamos adelantado, ¿eh?
A ver, otra vez el detalle. Va buscando como para hacer el radio de giro ideal. Rodolfi allí se apoya en los autos y termina en este desastre, ¿no? Una verdadera lástima que esto termina así. Venían haciendo una carrera bárbara.
Aí você está vendo, ó, retardou a freada, encheu a proteção de pneus.
Maestro was down during the airborne crash.
Bandeira vermelha, nós temos a prova então.
Yes, let's go back and see how Team Pakistan has crashed into Ibrahim. All right, Adam, when he crashed into the roll, follows up the team in the fourth lap. He spins into the barrier when he crashed into the second roll.
Alberto Jardim. Uma batida frontal que preocupa, mas não foi uma capotada forte.
Junqueira já colocou no chão para imobilizar. Olha que coisa impressionante. Olha, ele teve sorte também que a cabine ali, ó, ela pegou primeiro a proteção de pneus, né? O Salustiano, ali tem um piloto, ó. Ali tem um piloto, lá na frente. Ali tem um piloto, ali naquela vermelha, ó, ficou ali, aquele pedacinho ali, ó. Ali tem um piloto, olha só essa imagem, ó. Olha só, foi na traseira, aquela história do catapulta, né? Que pega ali, se joga, que imagem impressionante. E olha o público ali, ó, correndo. Você vê que aí já ficou.
Wieder kurios. Körper im Kontakt mit Pulic, der dreht sich. Und dann kommt Wojciech und Altenstraße auch noch hinterher. Wieder Kleinholz auf der Strecke.
19º colocado, aí a gente revendo como foi o acidente. O toque entre o Alex Barrow, olha
Huge crash into the fence. That is Briscoe between Bear and crash into the fire. Is that Kosake? We have got a crash between into the first row. Briscoe when crashed down, well didn't after was full test crash, then Mullen crashed when he fired, and that's a fast crash. Looked at Barron when crashed into the first row. Yes.
Uma imagem impressionante da violência da pancada. O cockpit foi arrancado. Repare, ele está girando no canto direito do vídeo. Enquanto a parte traseira...
There you see, actually, Weldon is starting to come down towards Giafone. Giafone looked like he had no more room to go. Maybe not enough room between Weldon and also the white line. Remember, we talked earlier on about respecting your neighbors, giving them space. It looks like Weldon maybe started to pinch Giafone down just a small amount. Here we go, riding along the front stretch right now, going into turn one. Giafone getting a draft. Weldon should be hearing from a spotter that he's there. Weldon comes down, sends him down towards the white line. Very reminiscent of the accident we saw.
Vocês já devem ter reparado, tem vários trechos ali de asfalto que está muito ondulado, cheio de rachaduras, e o carro balançou, não deu para o Sam Hornish, que já venceu 2 provas aqui, sabe como é que é essa pista, não deu para ele segurar o carro. E o Weldon, bom, coitado do Weldon, não deu para evitar, né?
Realmente eu falei que ele saiu de traseira, mas depois de balançar na frente, quer dizer, essa tese do Celso deve estar vigorando e tem a preferência, hein?
Two cars just got together. They were too wide. Looked like two cars got together. Couldn't tell whether it was...
That's Buell hitting the wall right there, very hard.
Let's go back
looked like Mears got together with somebody there and started that. Everybody else kind of in the back, trying to run through the debris and just running into each other.
That's Corey Witherill there in the middle of things too. All right, let's talk to Robbie Buell.
Well, the first thing Robbie Buell did was
cannot
take a look
continue
at
to
what
race
happened
during
here.
the oil fire on the turn one.
Coming up to the first corner.
Let's go back into the replay from the Shimari when multiple crash in the red flag in Fuji circuit. Shimari when he's multiple crash from the start to lane because cannot continue to race. And he follows up wallpaper from Kevin Grant Gomez as a left down there when he crashed into the turn one. Shimari cannot continue to race when he's hospitalized in the circuit while during multiple collision fire on the petrol tank still out in the circuit. Then the last one is a Wagner even Duno when multiple crash again from a Watkins Glen circuit somebody, just the driver is out when the wallpaper launch pad even Pauline when he's crashed into Duno in. Wagner spills down into the chicane. Duno and Wagner cannot continue to race when the raining spills on the circuit from a multiple crash.
В зачете, крупном, так сказать, зачете, Антони Жанис и Джамил Чипа, турок, и француз, вернее, француз и турок, вот как раз Петрова Фиси, это официальный спонсор турецкого гонщика, вы видите, красная машина. Вот в этой шпиле они как раз, ну, видимо, развернулась здесь турка, и да, и Жанису просто деваться деваться было некуда. Сокращена не на 2 круга, не на 1 круг, а на 2. Да, удар был довольно плотный. По-моему, это Урбана как раз выбывает из гонки. Но, к сожалению, нет сегодня. Нет, это какие Хираты. Не повезло Хираты. Урбана проскочил от Хираты в борьбе за... Да, очень сильный плотный удар. С трудом удержался от такого же столкновения со стенкой. И произошло это в борьбе с одноклубником, если можно так сказать, человеком, который... А это не Буеми, это Себастьян Феттель выбыл. Он боролся с Буеми.
So, jetzt schauen wir das nochmal an. So, der zieht da raus und jetzt macht Persiani die Lücke eng.
Ja, und versucht da den Maximilian Götz gegen die Boxenmauer zu drücken. Und genau das geht schief.
Tja, Riesenglück auch für Maximilian Götz.
Ja,
in dieser
natürlich, das hätte
Situation.
ein ganz übler Unfall werden können. War schon schlimm genug auf diese Art und Weise hier, aber wehe, wenn da das Auto zum Beispiel aufgestiegen wäre. So, da haben wir es nochmal von hinten jetzt. Jetzt sehen Sie, wie Persiani da versucht, das Loch zuzufahren.
Schön zu sehen, dass der Maximilian Götz vorher noch gebremst hat vor der Kollision, um die möglichst noch zu vermeiden.
Show it to you one more time. This is again at the end of the main straightaway, heading toward turn 2. Look at that right off the end of the corner.
Boy, you know, it looked like he had no brakes at all.
Really?
He hit there a ton. I mean, he really impacted that wall. It didn't look like there's any skid marks leading there. I think he's had a complete catastrophic brake failure and an awfully hard impact.
So Doug Bear in just his third
Turn into pit lane, so these guys hooked up together. Look, and someone's spot on the pit lane here.
That's Didier Tays, I think, is it? Oh, someone else
Oh my God.
33 has gone.
And another one. There goes
Steve Earle and the 2 of Milka Duno. As you can see, Joey Hand goes as well.
I think it's Dino. Watch out on the left. Whoa.
Big hit.
I think his Wagner crashed into the chicane. It was a fast crash on the Duno when crashed into the pit
6, 7, 8
I think that forgot the Wagner crashed into the chicane.
Watch that wallpaper. Pauline even Launchpad went fast crash into the chicane. Let's see when crashed into the chicane roll when 8 cars crashed into the final roll.
Other cars have gone in before that.
Then the wallpaper
Is that a Pauline? Yes. Watch that Launchpad McQuack. He crashed after the wallpaper is rolling into the Wagner.
Steve Earle, Milka Duno. To the right of your screen will be Joey Hand. Didier Tays has already spun up the
Tays, but
Did Launchpad crash down into the character?
This is very scary, right?
I think that was Wagner.
Craig Standard, and huge impact. Mike Levitas drifts in there, and then that is the biggest hit of all. Mike Boffman slamming into the back of Kevin Buckler's car. And Steve Earle
mit 2 Punkten Vorsprung vor Winkelhock. Ich weiß nicht, ob es Meldungen gibt aus der Schikane, dass auch Frank Bieler vielleicht eine Strafe bekriegt und der Kiesedor ist gerade entgleist. Ein spektakulärer Ausrutscher und ich hoffe, da fährt jetzt keiner rein, um Gottes Willen. Ein böser Unfall, voll in die Seite gefahren. Ich hoffe, dass dem Kiesedor da nicht...
これはすごいですね。このまんま前から入っちゃったみたいですね。だから前がどうしたとしてますね。どうしたんでしょうね。戻れるか。
かなり左の方にもう車が流されてるような感じですかね。
これどうしたんですか。
炎上だ。炎上だ。
なんだこれは。どうしたどこだ。
Look at that engine. I think it's Shimari crashed when he's on fire.
A tremendous explosion out there. I think it's a Shimari crash during the red flag when he started.
Guys, look at that wallpaper Kevin Grant Gomez behind the top there when crashed during tremendous explosion. I mean, this is a fence Shimari when his multiple crash into the petrol tank.
An offense start has delayed. I think engine almost blows up.
I think that GT Cars
it looks like Thomas Mazira is involved.
Amazing that there wasn't more people who... Oh, look at this!
Look at this from another angle.
Oh, touch there.
Here we are. Now, all the mayhem breaks loose here. Look at the cars going every which direction.
It's amazing.
Let's have a look on the replay, Baz.
Oh, look at that. He's just... Oh, whoa, look at that. Goodness. That was a massive... It's very, very quick through there.
Yeah, that's up toward the Hay Shed, up toward Lukey Heights.
It's
I think is involved he's a
fast crash.
Oh, Brad is big rollover into the chicane.
Look that he crashed into the first roll. Look at that wallpaper in front of the Marcy.
What's that?
On the left behind that dead.
Brad is crashed when during his rollover he's out of this race.
I think Brad after crashed roll out there.
Yes, it was a chicane tire.
Now what happens here? This is the real damage. Crutch! Wow.
Dear, dear, dear.
Now keep in mind, that car's fuel tank is...
Yes, the highlights roll is almost.
What's that crashed again?
I think it's a Pitsonia real damage into the car.
Pitsonia crashed again, I think. Look at that Sato front wing missed into the barrier.
Watch that wallpaper ran down and crashed into the rollout of the Sato.
That damaged car always going to be 130 miles an hour into third gear. Into fourth. Grab the wrong gear. This car's going in backwards.
He crashed into the chicane.
That is a huge accident. Fuel sprays in all directions. Just simply grab the wrong gear.
Now this is down in Knickerbrook. That's the number 8 to lead of the night.
I think, multiple crash into the roll left. I think is a Julian crashed into the roll.
And the number 8 Celine. Two cars, teammate cars. Cars in the same stable, and they have made a serious contact. That is the Viper, I think, tipped up there. Steve Watson, number 38. The Martian needs to be getting out of the way.
Whoa.
And, oh my God.
Steve has crashed into the rated spill.
I think
yes, like a suspension failure.
We see the Ferrari spinning off there, and he has gotten up. The Lister just getting through on its wet tires. See Mike Newton there, I think it was just running off from the number 9 car, the 55 TVR hits the Ferrari and the Celine and
Tyler,
the Viper.
he crashed into the rated spill.
Another look at what happened.
Oh, one car way up in the air overboard.
That is Tracy.
Oh, Tracy way up on the airborne. Tracy was involved in crash.
It was an airborne crash.
Interlocked. So Tracy is for the scrappy.
Destroyed racing cars. End of the back straight. Oh, Nelson Philippe gets it all wrong. Misjudges the brake zone. Absolutely.
Okay, see the replay from the two. When the driver named Tracy way up, that airborne crashed into the start issue when Tracy cannot be raced. The one on the left will see that wallpaper from the Jessica who is left head into the Tracy when he crashed into way up airborne and he's out of the race cannot be continued.
Tracy Hughes cannot continue to race.
Oh, he gets clipped there.
Let me check out that driver Brad Jones.
And of course he tried to come back.
Yes, maybe the situation from the Brad Jones is out of the race because a flat chicane be crashed in the turn 6. How see that wallpaper is at a Marcy?
Yes, I think as a Marcy, the rollover goes a Brad cannot be continued to race when he crashed into the chicane. Now back return to crashes.
Ebrahim lo fue apretando, mira la velocidad que vienen los autos. ¿Hasta dónde fue Wagner Ebrahim, que es responsable en...
This one quite obviously damaged from the incident earlier. And the 23 car is all but wrecked. Look at that. And once again, spinning off into a relatively safe zone, thank goodness. That'll be a local yellow, but...
Oh, trouble in the middle. Hodenshield spins and the king is upside down. Steve Kinzer rolls over after making contact with Hodenshield, and Paul McMahon comes to a rest along the wall.
We're going to get a look at it here. That was after Hodenshield had already gotten sideways. Steve Kinzer with no place to go, just enough tagging him, turns him around.
I think Tracy was an airborne crash between two cars out there.
Yes.
Oh my God. Oh, what's that? It is a Mach and Boyer.
It's a big wreck down the back straightaway.
I think crashed from the gate feature.
Oh, that was a vicious one. Is that Kim Moss? Boy, they stack up, and there goes Morrow flipping through the air down the front stretch and landing nose first into the entrance at turn 1.
Well, we just talked about him. We talked about, at the interview.
I think trapped down somebody. Patterson is down.
Patterson is down on the
James Patterson from Denver, Colorado.
I think Patterson has crashed.
Väldigt små marginaler i den här sporten. Gör man ett misstag så kan det bli väldigt
Whoa, look on the glass.
Oh my God, it was crashed alone.
I think Huntsmith crashed alone into the Heat 5.
Yes.
Look that wallpaper in front of the Lena.
I think Huntsmith has crashed down.
Yes.
Här på sista varvet då så ska jag växla ner till första och
klassen och här är Ingmar Björn med, men det här kunde sluta illa.
Mycket illa. Vi ser att han får en liten tur så han gör en verklig volt där och rätt i räcket och bilen är inte snygg här, så det var en riktig smäll han gjorde där.
Ingmar Björn almost flips down.
Här ser vi hur Terra stöter till och flera och så får den här rullningen och det går alltså 120-130 km vid det här tillfället och vi ser bilen komma hur långt och så går upp i staketet med sitt vänster bakhjul här.
Det här var en av flera incidenter under dagen. Lars Englund.
England flips down someone is another suspension failure again.
England has flipped down hard.
Yes,
I think someone has crashed down into the barrier.
Watch this replay from the mock and Boyer. He's crashed into the
Josh
airborne.
Hill on the number 40 Yamaha leads the pack to the first turn and out of it as well. Oh, big crash! Two riders down to Perry Kawasaki.
I think wallpaper that Geronimo was the
It
crash
looks
from
like
the mock
it's the
and Boyer.
662 of Travis Bannister closest to you. And the 107 machine, that's Kelly Smith out of Ludington.
That's the guy out there. He's been napping the lap time to lead.
Oh, Mason goes down in a dangerous position.
Grant was really coming up, and he's doing a really good job.
Remember, Grant was the fastest. Oh, big crash. Right at the front side of that tabletop.
It's absolutely flying. And watch this replay on the left side of your screen here. Just clips Coisy.
Tough block there, and Heath Voss. Sebastian Tortelli catching the tough block, and his Makita Suzuki laying there. Sebastian getting up. That's the good news. But one more time, Cameron, it looked like a bear trap with one of those tough blocks. The Yamaha tough block reached up and grabbed the Suzuki. Look at it, caught his foot. No-footed knack-knack, basically, if you're a freestyle motocrosser. And getting
Definitely change your attitude about it.
Oh, look at the on the left. Under behind the rider. Alessi is down hard.
Whoa.
It is Alessi is down hard because when coming over.
I think another suspension failure.
Yes. It looks like Alessi down hard during when he crashed on the left.
Look at that on the wallpaper. It is Dr. Fox.
Watch that wallpaper, Dr. Fox. It is. When to the Alessi, he's down hard.
Okay, here we go. He's waiting. There it is. Alessi is down. I think wallpaper means Dr. Fox in character. The rider is down hard.
Yes. Davey Millsaps.
I mean, look on the
You never know if he hit
Alessi is down when into the obstacle.
Yes.
As we see the replay of Tedesco gets it up on the front wheel. Right hand comes off, and watch his hand almost went into the spokes.
Boy, that was a big hit, Jim.
Just ragdolls, and watch the bike just barely misses him. Tedesco putting on such a hard charge.
Heat number 2.
Like I was saying, the first turn's kind of back here. This is a second turn. Only the riders that actually double this come away clean. It's when the riders have to take this kind of, it's like a step-up double. That's when it causes problems. Watch Andrew Short here, jumps to the inside. That's Bright, I believe, that went down.
Right on the 709 time.
2:59 is James Stewart.
Oh, James Stewart goes down. Looked like he slid into Tedesco. Tedesco pops him on the back of the helmet.
Well, these guys have found each other.
Good thing he got up. Hamlin's getting checked out right now.
All right, thank you very much, Jamie. Back to racing action. Kevin Windham looks like no worse for the wear, and as soon as I say that, 3 more riders go down, and it looks like Windham's got a problem right now, grabbing his right wrist.
Ostatnie okrążenie, Rafał Kurmański teraz szerzej bliżej krawężnika jedzie Okoniewski, defektuje motocykl. Hampelowi.
Take a look from the replay in the previous segment. There are 2 drivers. Behind the driver named Camille, who crashed in the Salim Speedway last night. Camille when he left out his suspension. Then he crashes around to the wall in turn 1. Luckily, he crashed into the suspension engine and the 2 cars involved during after the race. Now assume that wallpaper handlebar when involved the crash from the Camille even buckled into the wall in turn 1. Now the another one is a Mock and Boyer, who lost the suspension nose. He crashed at the D feature at the Knoxville last night. He's landing nose fast crash into the dirt track out there. Then Boyer even Mock cannot return to race. Now assume the wallpaper is a mouse character and the involved crash from Boyer and Mock is down when landing nose fast crash right now.
Zgadza się, widzimy tutaj Tomka pociągnęło może troszeczkę na jakieś kolejnie, uderzył w tylne koło Grzesia Walaska i przewrócił się tutaj. Na szczęście Sebastian Ułamek zdołał ominąć Tomka, jak i motocykl, który niemalże podjechał.
Fenomenalnie pojechał z trenera amatora, a tymczasem Piotr Świderski, ależ zacięte pojedynki leży! O Jezus Maria! Jakiż wypadek!
Będziemy wówczas mogli pomóc arbitrowi. Niebieski zawodnik w kasku niebieskim zostaje wykluczony. No to jest w tej chwili mniej ważne.
6 startów i 6 trójek, w sumie 18 punktów. Nieszczęście na to, że wyścig zostaje przerwany, bo zbierał się Robert Sabina, który zderzył się z Tomkiem Jędrzejakiem.
O, Sumek ładnie wyszedł, ale jest szeroko i
I think almost went. Oh, the bike went almost about to crash. What is that? Look at that on the wallpaper again. It was a Marco. What's that crash on the behind?
Równiuteńko, Częstochowianie! Jeszcze raz na prowadzeniu.
Yes, let's go back and see what happened. The Jags crashed on the Heat 5.
Mamy
I
wypadek,
think that
leżą
wallpaper
na
goes into
torze
the Jags in front of the wallpaper.
Jacek
Marco is
Krzyżania
getting black flagged
kilkanaście
into the
miesięcy temu w
Yosemite out
Zielonej
of the
Górze
race.
w pierwszym meczu sezonu. Zobaczmy raz jeszcze na prowadzeniu. Ułamek obejrzał się, jakby
He's out there,
poczuł
but Jags even with lots of
Krzyżaniaka,
crashes in
który
the
robił
Heat 5.
wszystko, aby nie zrobić krzywdy
Somebody got a black
koledze.
flag.
No i drodzy Państwo, całe szczęście, że ta banda w Bydgoszczy jest druciana.
Earhart Júnior tinha assumido a primeira posição, a ultrapassagem tinha acontecido antes da bandeira amarela. Aqui o motivo da bandeira amarela, Ryan Newman já tinha perdido o controle e ia direto do muro de contenção.
Between his own race cars. So what did he do? He implemented a specialized team completely dedicated to restrictor plate racing. Less than a dozen people. Oh, and we've got trouble on the track, and it's Kyle Busch upside down.
Big time crash. Kyle Busch goes upside down and rolls down across on his roof here on lap 26. Cars comes back over and now side over side barrel rolls. And comes to rest on its own.
Chama atenção também que nada estava acontecendo na prova, na pista.
Oh, está acontecendo agora. Kyle Busch, vítima. Olha o grande One, olha o Big One, que todo mundo estava falando. 44 voltas faltando.
Uau.
E está aí, eu que duvidava, Alberto Figueiredo disse que... Só coitado, Kyle Busch é o destino. É o destino. Olha o Jimmy Johnson vindo logo atrás. Ah, não, era o Clint Bowyer que vinha logo atrás. E vem alguém e deu uma pancada aqui.
Possivelmente um pneu furou ali. A única explicação, o pneu furou de Bob Labonte, ele foi direto para baixo. Direto.
Whether the team could switch points.
Whoa, whoa, guys, whoa, whoa. Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. I have never seen anything like that in my life.
He hit that wall a ton.
Oh, my gosh.
Michael's moving around in the car. That's a part of the racetrack.
I can't even hardly watch that.
It's part of the racetrack, but Murray said was a little slick getting in. Not knowing if Michael changed his line a little bit, got a little too much into that speedy drive.
Kurt Busch and maybe kind of running back down.
Boy, Pruitt's got a pack of snarling IROC racers right behind. Contact, and Hamilton gets around off the bumper of Kinzer. Truex piles in.
Collects Matt Kenseth, the 17 car. Caution is out. Now, caution laps do not count in our Bobby Hamilton. There you see Bobby Hamilton in the 4 car. 3 wide there, the 15 car. That's Buddy Rice.
And Rice actually pushes Steve Kinzer, the green and white car, up into Hamilton.
Mike, you know what you call that? Short track racing.
Oh, I thought you called it 3-1 doesn't go.
And Kenseth tried to come down. Remember, they don't use spotters. It's all pretty much their seat of the pants right there.
No surprise there. Ross is second.
Oh, look at that. Frank has crashed down.
Look at that wallpaper out there. He's a handlebar.
Camille is down in the wall.
In the wall in turn 1.
Watch the replay from the Camille when he crushed somebody
sending him back out without losing a lap. Here's a look at it. It was actually the 30 car. Mike Buckley got caught up in it, but the 30, first-time driver from
from
It was
Canada,
an
Kerry
impact,
Jones
yes.
from Ontario. As Frank was lapping by him, turned up into him. It looked like.
Oh, look at Mike Buckley up and over the top, over the side of Frank Kimmel.
And Kimmel managed to get the car, keep it running. Here's Kimmel to the inside. Another look, and the 30 car just turned down in front of it. You could see it clearly there.
Yeah.
Kerry Jones just cut down on Kimmel. Buckley almost got launched out of the ballpark.
Well, I got to tell you, actually, by Buckley hitting Kimmel, it's that.
Ahí vienen, vean, 4 filas. Y va a haber bandera blanca. ¡Ahí le pegan a Carlos Sainz! No, qué golpe. ¡Qué golpe! Eso no se vale.
Se acaba de dar un golpe
Eso
en la
no
parte,
se
en la
vale.
parte de atrás.
He got to bouncing through those bumps. It was going to go out to the right, and there wasn't room for him to go out there. He forced it down to the left, and the thing bounced
I think front on heat 5, it is.
Kyle Busch, Mike Skinner get into it. The big one happens behind him.
It was a big one.
Whoa, he crashed.
Watch that wallpaper. It is rosy.
Looks like in suspension failure.
It almost flames out.
Oh my God, that was a big one. Take a look back at PJ's car, see the replay from the wallpaper.
Look
at that was a rosy into a pile when T-Bone crashed when
That
coming
was a
down.
PJ Jones.
That's a
His
black
impact
truck
down
up on the outside. There's Mike Skinner on the inside of Brendan Gaughan. Kyle comes down. Now he's going to move to the inside to try to, well, you know, it's a little bit maybe Mike Skinner coming up, and Kyle could have come down a little bit, but one of those deals, and here we go, the carnage.
Well, did you see Mike come off the lap before? He fought that truck to keep it coming, keep it from going up the hill. He didn't have a choice. He couldn't turn left and get off of Kyle Busch, and when Kyle moved over, Kyle figured it was fair to change lanes.
Yeah, Kyle was just running through the center. He wanted to move to the inside of Chad McCumbee, and unfortunately, when Mike Skinner eased up the racetrack a little bit, they made the contact, and this is what ensued.
Look at that violence. Parts and pieces flying,
Look
trucks
at
on fire.
Jack Sprague. Jack Sprague trying to make his way through there.
I tell you what, Rick Crawford came through right behind that 60.
Another crash again from the 2 riders down in road. Abe and Kaczynski is down 1 to the left of the sand, and the riders are out because during a major incident for Kaczynski between Abe. Let's go back, return to the final crash.
Has literally broken into 3 pieces. The safety safari already on. All right, let's go back and take another look, see if we can see what happened.
Basically, Darrell Russell was on a decent run. He didn't get the win line, but right at the finish line, something blew the left rear tire out, which immediately took the wing out. The chassis actually broke in 2 places. It looks like right behind the motor plate and right behind the driver compartment, spun around backwards, and you see the fire there. Just a tremendous crash at that point. Watch it again as we go down there. Just as soon as that tire goes out, takes that wing out. I mean, Darrell Russell can do nothing at that point except wait for that thing to come to a stop.
And there did appear to be contact with Scott.
Soon forget. Veteran NHRA star Mike Dunn is a qualifying run turned terrifying as his car broke in half and became a tumbling fireball. When the car began to brake, the engine separated from the driver pod, and the pod slammed into the wall. The first pieces crossed the line with a... Well, John was a little late.
I think it didn't move over. Whoa, the parts has come apart.
What's that?
I think it is.
Is a John hits down Brandon. It was a kaboom twice.
Oh my God.
The parts is down apart.
I think there's a problem is on suspension.
Yes, it didn't blow up. Take a look at when the... Oh, I think that wallpaper is a named Marcella.
Look at that wallpaper out there. Marcella is a front into the John even Brandon.
It looks like that parachute cannot be launched.
Yes. Tire on John's car. I mean, obviously that's just speculation, but you did see the pieces come over there. So I mean, Kenny Burns, he was disqualified from the run when he hit those blocks, giving the win to John. But then obviously the problem set in thereafter. Let's take another look at it. Kenny had the whole shot off of the starting line, had a good run, but look at the thing start moving around. It drifts over. Once you get out of the groove here, it's a wild ride. It's really hard, a handful here at the Texas Motorplex on the other end of that concrete. When it starts slip, when you get it out of the groove, it really gets loose, and you really got to do some driving. Right there, you see the car come over, and wow, that was a
Looked
big
like
hit.
something started to disintegrate in the right rear of John's car.
after I didn't see the block as that critically involved in it, but it may have been, as you said, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, it could
Open, y vean ustedes, precisamente aquí vamos a ver la repetición, cómo se va a salir, ha intentado pasar por fuera y ese camino siempre es, y tú lo sabes.
Al final de recta han tenido un pequeño golpe entre los dos. Uy, se han salido los dos.
Sí, han salido los dos, se han quedado prácticamente enganchados. Ya decías tú que estaban teniendo una pelea absolutamente increíble, para que vean ustedes cómo que en todas partes cuecen habas. Estos hombres se encontraban en séptima y octava posición de la carrera.
So I mean that parachute is a big one down there. What's that? Bird has crashed down. I think it's a bumper failure.
Crashed into a chicane out there. Yes, looks like one got hit down. I mean, the chicane crashed into birdies and motor racing. I think it's a crash into the chicane out of console.
Yes. Sánchez en la vuelta pasada, en la cuarta, con minuto 25-23.
Atención, que no se lo puesto Alberto Noya. Una piña impresionante en una situación muy similar a la...
Muy pegaditos, se mete Ponce, quiere pasarlo al flaco, atrás viene muy cerquita también Matías Rossi, atención, Trompo, ahí se tocaron los autos, se pegó, el auto del flaco contra la
Trumpo has trouble, I mean. Another wallpaper again. It is how.
Watch that separate into big crash during when another suspension failure. Trumpo is down when during suspension failure. He's a left of the wallpaper how out there.
Because he's takewind during crash out there, Trumpo is involved in crash.
Yes.
Matías Rossi que viene atrás, sí, decime. Antes de eso ya había habido un toque, antes de esto apenas desembocan en la recta principal. A ver, la chicana, ahí está, lo vimos desde adentro del auto.
I think is a win. Another caution on the multiple crash when someone...
Whoa, A.T. Bone crashed out on turn 5. That was a Moriarty's on A.T. Bone crashed in turn 5.
Another multiple. Ortelli even Rossi. He's down on the turn 5.
What's that?
Ortelli even Rossi, he's down on turn 5. Ortelli even Rossi, he's down.
Oh my god.
Oh no, Ortelli is down.
That was gonna hurt.
It was a Rossi, he's down.
Moriarty's when he crashed on
Watch
turn
that
5.
wallpaper again. It was a
I think it was
Vanderquist.
a Webby out there.
La repetición.
Whoa, an airborne.
Sabino, he's crashed.
Lamana, he's crashed down.
I think his crashed into turn 5 looks like Moriarty's crashed while someone in the wallpaper named Vanderquist.
Claro, esta aproximación de frenada a esta chicana está siempre arriba de los 260 kilómetros de velocidad. Ahí se desacelera obviamente todo lo más que se puede seguir a tercera velocidad, que es realmente muy alta la velocidad, ahí está cerca de los 180 o 200 de velocidad de ingreso. Fíjate acá como lo vemos de bien.
Ahí tenemos perfecto el lugar, impresionante, bueno, impresionante. El golpe es tremendo, cuando llega el auto de Cristian Ledesma sobre el costado del auto de Emanuel Moriatis. Ahí está haciendo trompo y ahí queda detenido. Emanuel tiene colocado el Hans, el sistema Hans, ¿verdad? En el cuello. A ver, escuchamos.
De la piña. Bien, tranquilo que estamos muy bien.
Cambria se despegó de Heredia y atrás el sureño Gonzalo Sánchez en su mejor trabajo. ¡Uy, qué vuelco impresionante! Impresionante vuelco de Gastón Todino. Ha quedado impresionante palo de Gastón.
A ver, ahí está Crespi. Se toca con Walter. Uy, cuando pasaba a Traverso. Volcaron los dos. Mira, qué piña la de Traverso, Tremenda la de Traverso. Tomó vuelo, le sirvió de trampolín.
Venía pleno a la recta y se le aparece de golpe el auto de Lucianito. Impactó muy fuerte con el lateral y ambos coches empezaron a dar vueltas en el aire. Es tremendo la violencia con que vuelcan porque venía muy rápido en la recta. Seguramente estaban ahí por encima de los 200 km por hora.
Una lástima.
Viene Ramón adelante, viene el Austurica en el segundo lugar. Entra, ay, mira, se cruza un auto, se cruzan dos. Ay, qué macana. Ay, qué lío que se va a armar. Ay, qué lío que se va a armar. Já se armou.
O Brasil passa aqui por fora. Ele está no canto dele, quietinho, não tem nada a ver com a história. E o Rubinho também ficando para trás, porque ele já freia ali por causa da confusão. E olha como voa o carro do Pedro Paulo. Ele estava ali fazendo a curva por dentro, tinha largado bem. Stava facendo a curva por dentro ali.
Un muletto tra l'altro, perché ovviamente tanto il replay vediamo Schumacher che ha fatto una bellissima partenza ed è riuscito ad inserirsi tra le due McLaren con un errore di Coulthard dalla prima curva. Vedete che c'è stato l'interno, Wurz ha cercato di passare all'interno ed è andato a toccare una delle due Sauber, che era quella di Alesi, che era davanti a lui, ha cercato di tagliare.
I think to the left, out of turn 5, when he crashed, I think Sato is trouble. Sato between Heidfeld is down.
It was Heidfeld. Sato and Heidfeld is impasse.
Look that on the wallpaper. He's a Haley Vance.
It was contact on turn 2.
It was a pedal failure during crash.
Let's go back watch that replay follows up Heidfeld, even Sato crashed down.
Okay, incoming from the left. Sato, he's on the front. Heidfeld is off, and he crashed into the sand.
It was about to crash.
You think on the left that crash on turn 2, didn't Sato crash down?
Yes.
That is big indeed. I wonder whether he had some sort of brake failure or something, because he didn't seem to scrub much speed off. Here it is again. One of the cars is locking up there. It's one of the the Minardis, the back markers, Alex Young. And there you see, not scrubbing no speed off at all, comes Nick Heidfeld. And what must have been like for Takuma Sato, minding his own business and turning into the corner, and he gets collected by a very...
I was just about to say, Adam Carroll is really giving Bruni honest here. Maybe I think it's the pressure that Carroll's putting on him that is causing the difficulty to go over line, and basically he's escaping with it. Gianni, where did it go wrong?
Well, he just used far too much curve there, put the belly of the car over the curves, and it just launched it basically. And once that happened...
They turn now through paddock. There's contact. Kimball tapped into a spin. Suspension breaks. Off he goes. Over he goes. In fact, Joe Anala was the one that hit him.
So far, so good. And then there's an accident back in the pack. Haupt and Alson touch each other. And then comes Chris Nissen into the tires and across the track and back out onto the track. The safety car will have to come out.
Radiator will be completely clogged.
Oh no!
Oh my gosh!
Oh, and that was the next car in line. Kurt Wagner has come in contact with Oswaldo Negri. The two Dorans collide.
The Genet Seat there, but I'm not sure that it was him that actually did the rubbing. And there, the replay of Michel Funke. Well, the Fords all at sea in terms of...
Go. Frank Biela leads into turn 1. The 51 Panis is right behind him, but that's Johnny Herbert that's gone off. And also the number 11 Nighthawk car. Drama on the first.
Well, is this a replay? Yes, it is. Oh yes, brake failure. Didn't even try to get round, just spun it and backed it to the tyres. Well, that looks like the brakes have not done their job for Didier Tage. We're going to see.
It's not going to move, so I think we'll be on a full course yellow. Just caught the back end.
It was a hard hit out there. Looks like there was an accident on the barrier.
Involved here.
He crashed into barrier.
It looks like that Adam and Paul crashed into the barrier.
Almost an innocent Paul Mears tried to keep out of the way, but...
Mike Briggs is second in the Opel Vectra. And Briggs is in trouble! Mike Briggs has crashed at the total curves and the conditions are taking their toll. The Opel Vectra got out of the cars on slicks. Away they go, and Terry Moss is slow off the line in the Rothmans Audi. Chris Aberdeen made up a place at the expense of his teammate as they stream towards the first corner. Trouble at the back of the field, and two cars are off the circuit. That's Leon Marie in the Bankfin Toyota and Hein Lartigan in the Build Motors Jetta. That's rotten luck for Marie, has brought out the red flag as we take another look at Sean van der Linde cartwheeling off the circuit in the BMW Enviro car. Goodness me, this is a terrible sight. This is a side of motor racing no one likes to see, and Sean van der Linde is still trapped.
Sandra Zampedri tapped Bruno Eichmann, who catapulted into the barriers, taking Fabio Babini with him and then bouncing back onto the track. All the cars behind were brought to a standstill, but they were all able to squeeze through.
A little bit of extra oomph out to the corners, gets himself past the BMW.
Oh, and Hansen's off and heavily into the barriers. And that was Eric Cayrol in the French BMW, I think, punted him, French Alpha punted him off from behind. There is Tom Ferrier right at the back. Well, that...
fatto questa mattina per un infrangimento del regolamento.
Che volo! Rossi, caduto Rossi, fuori gioco Rossi.
Not back to back, not a chance. Remember Tamada's crash yesterday in qualifying, similar area, going straight through that gravel.
Remember Max last year, Randy?
He went down. There it is. We're on board with the bike that's just about to crash. Just lost the... round it goes. Lost the front there. We've had an enormous crash. This is Melandri having a crash. Arbe having nowhere to go and jumping out the front door at a speed of well over at the top of the hill of some 125 miles.
Ozek è in uno stato di forma sull'acqua straordinario. Attenzione, altra caduta là dietro. Purtroppo non abbiamo visto chi era, ma ho visto una gran scivolata dietro. Ecco qua, purtroppo è Chaus, scusate, Ruben Chaus, lo spagnolo.
Rossi, Edwards, and somebody's gone down, I think. Yes, I saw marks on the road. Somebody's gone down, and it's Alex Hoffman for the second time in 24 hours. Julian Hoffman goes down the road. I saw a puff of dust from underneath one of the Dantine bikes.
I think the turn 1 is out here.
Oh, big
3 riders is down. Hopkins is down. 2 other one. X-House even
Watch
8.
that wallpaper. Libya's out there.
It was a crash from the X-House out there between 8.
There's 3 bikes in there.
Hey, I think too dangerous for that motor racing.
This is Shinya Nakano, who's had a tyre failure or something on the home straight.
Tire failure,
There's been a tyre failure, we believe, on the home straight.
Nakano is down.
It looks like tire failure.
Poor Shinya Nakano has gone down at over 200 miles an hour and just rolls to a halt. Just leave it down. Yes, good call, Randy. It's too dangerous to ride. Watch the guy in third.
He's lost the front. Just slid out right out from under him.
Dear, oh dear, oh dear. What a shame.
What's this?
We have got another crash again.
Exactly.
I think his aim again with Kaczynski.
Here we go, reverse angle.
Wait, incoming from the
There's
right.
first 2. Here we go, incoming from the right. Right.
Wait, incoming from the
other side. Looks like he lost the foot, maybe on the brakes, maybe he tucked it in.
So that well is aim and Kaczynski is down until the finish line. I think both riders are down.
Yeah, here it is.
It was both
Here's the
riders
replay
are out.
of the incident that Randy Momola saw. The front just tucked.
in again.
And Barros goes down the road, sliding into the gravel. Fortunately, he seems to be okay. The bike is trashed. We're on board now, I believe, with Barros. And watch the horizon go vertical. And down the road he goes. Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible for Barros. Yeah. Last time he was in 3rd position. Catalora 4th. Hey, Catalora on the MUZ. The MUZ's best finish, 6th position. Oh!
Biaggi's gone down. Max Biaggi loses the front. And how many times has that happened this year? Max Biaggi walking away. And Toby's going to tell it. Okay.
Right. Kenny Roberts leads. Oh! That's Luca. Luca down.
Luca Carlotta has dropped the MZ, and he was in 3rd place. When he did go down, Luca's up, and he's okay. He was in 4th place when he looks like he's... Roberts back on the inside, and Roberts takes it back, and they touch, and Barros off into the gravel and down. And Alex Barros, well, an aggressive move on both riders there. And Barros, he's right in front of John Kaczynski, back about 13th, 14th on the... again, down the road goes Abe. Fume Abe down the road, looked like he lost the front end.
He did indeed.
A low-sider, and down he goes.
Now, Norik Abe had a Catalora in practice yesterday, and he just loses the front coming into the chicane at the end of lap 11. So the Honda V-twin with the German rider just goes down.
The crash from Gimbert in just a second here.
Gimbert is getting the hard suspension failure at the turn 4, and he crashed into the sand on the position 3. Looked at how far is coming.
Apparently what happened at the rider...
Gimbert is out of race when he rides suspension failure.
High-sider there. You saw the big black line laid down, and Gary McCoy, and that goes through that styrofoam barrier. Don't worry about that at home. That was not anything other than styrofoam that he went through there.
Has flown. Oh my goodness me! There goes the tank. It's been burst as Whittam goes down the road.
That is Cardoso who goes down in the burning petrol.
And Whittam is going down the road. This is like Yanagawa at Monza last year when the tank just caught light. And my goodness me! Thank goodness that Jamie and Cardoso have got away from that far. But of course the tank continued
up on that back marker, and Miguel got pinched between the two. And you think, oh, that didn't look that. Oh, Miguel Flamel hard on the front brake, loses the front end, hard on the brakes. The bike flips through the air. His race is over. He's okay, but his bike is down. Marty, too much front brake combined with
the man who blitzes them out of the gate. The R7 of Noriyuki Haga gets there first with Edwards in 3rd place. Oh, and we've had 4s at the first turn. 2 guys have gone down, and another one on the inside as well. 4, 5 guys down already. Count the figures, 6 of them down.
He saw that crash between on the contact. He's getting collision.
What is that?
It was Fogart who is down.
Another suspension failure again. Watch that wallpaper in there. It was a Hilda incoming out.
Yes.
Foggy Patronus.
Watch back, see the replay.
And there he goes.
Watch this. Fogarty when he crashed out. It was hitting the chicane. Then the bike was trashed in there.
Camber falling away from you, James.
I think he's a wallpaper from Hilda. I'm sorry out there, AJ.
And,
yeah, I mean, once that thing's been on its side, they've got
the point. 6th, Muggeridge, 7th, Whittam. Oh, Jar! Oh, and what was that? That was an awful looking crash. I think it might have been, was that York Toygat, one of those guys?
There's oil down, there's oil or something down. There's definitely something on the track. I think that's the problem.
Can he have a glancing blow himself?
So, pretty dramatic stuff.
And that's a well second-hand CBR 600 Honda.
Come back to the inside of him.
Yeah, there we yes, Merigali chopped it back to the inside. There's experience for you. Steve's thrown the bike away now. The bike goes mountain climbing, and Steve actually goes in shoulder first.
Yeah, so it was a bit of a glancing blow, but the other hay bales would have slowed him up quite quickly.
And that motorcycle is tumbling. That tells you just how fast that part of the track is. The momentum in that motorbike.
入りました。そしてその後ろに転倒した危ない危ない危ない危ない北川です。北川転倒危ないライダーが飛び上がった。ちょうどコースの真ん中クラッシュしています。これは危ない。ちょうど真ん中に転がって。やりましょう。ここ登ってきて滑ってますね。
登る手前からですね。
思いますが、55番のマシンが炎上しております。さあ、どんな状況になって、もう火を吹いてる感じですね。
そうですね、もうここでも
ライダーは大丈夫だったでしょうか。
うわ、ちょっとこれはもう一台来た。
波乱含みの展開です。
これは誰の映像かな。
Så ordentligt om han ska kunna köra om.
Han tas på tvåans växel, hård inbromsning och sen full gas igen för att komma ner mot hårnålen. Där så sladdar han i kull. Det är Peter Söderholm som far i kull och surfar ut på lekakulorna i sanden där. I 170 km i timmen. Lindström när vi går ner på baksidan av banan ska vända tillbaka igen så sladdar det. Och så kan han inte bromsa. Och det är en fruktansvärd vurpa där Lars-Erik Landström kör rätt in i... Ja, det här är inte kul. Karlberg får väja. Karlberg som ligger tre.
Och då ser du sladdar ordentligt ut på rakan.
Varvnålen pekar på 14 500 varv när Andreas Höjner från Falkenberg drar av i den kurvan där. Framhjulet släpper helt.
Ja, ingen vidare ställa och åka av. Och det går ganska fort där uppe. Man hoppas det är okej med Andreas. De springer fram till hojen.
It was just the tiniest of bobbles right off to high side.
Well, we saw... I've got Aaron Slight in here with me. I think somebody just punched. This is always a bit of a situation.
Someone hits me.
He tripped over the back of one rider and was smacked into the back of the other rider.
It lost.
And,
I think that two bikes out there because it was a fire.
What a shame.
They lost their bikes. 61 astern as we come up to the turn 2. And that is, a tremendous getting together and huge crash. Two sidecar outfits come together. Riders and passengers ejected. The sidecars hit the
respect of two outfits ahead of him. And he got grass track. He spun it, and he spins it round. Steinhausen brilliantly, but he's lost his passenger and he hasn't realised it. He's got to stop. He's got to go back. Trevor Hopkinson is off it. Steinhausen has Trevor deserved that, but he got that sidecar wheel so high, and poor Trevor Hopkinson could not keep it down. And finally, he went for the. It looks like he went for a handful, but this isn't a grass tracking outfit.
Passenger just to look like. I think he must have lost his grip when he set off again. And
yeah, I think if Steinhausen hadn't taken off quite as stayed on board, at that point, he hurt his leg. They must have hurt his leg then. No wonder he didn't feel like running on too far, because he almost got his leg run over. Brave man.
He didn't break his leg.
So Steinhausen takes straight off, and poor Hopkinson stands up with a wobbly left leg.
A quick knee,
and he's still having fun doing this.
A philosophical character also. And that was a disaster. That woodhead out of the sidecar passenger. Foot caught the cobblestones and it kicked him out of there.
We hope Paul Woodward's all right. He took a coming up behind Chris.
I think that lost bike somebody was
got a crash out there.
What's that?
I think Steinhausen crashed into the plastic bag.
It was that Steinhausen crashed into the plastic bag.
What a shame. It was a Steinhausen crash down into a plastic bag.
Trapped underneath the outfit. Hopkinson got thrown clear, and that was caused by
acercarse al líder. Ya puntero de la 600 cuando va uno al piso. Sí, se va al 41. Se va al piso Mariano Aba. A ver si puede recuperar.